at Burnley College, bringing you your second instalment of strength and conditioning programming for sports performance. So for all you students out there who are budding athletes, hopefully you gave last week's session a try. I'd recommend doing the sessions that we put out 1 to 2 times a week to see the real benefit from them, and it's about consistency. So the more often we do this training, regularly having training 1 to 2 times a week within strength and conditioning provision alongside your sports training as well, you'll start to see a real difference within your athletic performance. So the whole point of strength and conditioning is to improve athletic performance, to help aid you on the court, on the field, in the pool, whatever your sport is, basically. So today I'm going to bring to you your second session. So as with last time, we're going to start with mobility work first of all. So the first exercise we're going to start with is called a T-spine rotation. So what you're going to do for me is you're going to get yourself on all fours, so on your hands and knees. You're going to place your hand behind your ear so that your elbow's nice and high. You're going to tuck your elbow underneath your other one, and then you're going to open up as far as you can. You're looking to rotate through the middle of the spine, turning as much as possible, keeping these hips nice and level. Once you've done 10 one side, you're going to go on to 10 the other side, rotating through. So that's your first one. That's called T-spine rotations. Your next one is another version of the Spider-Man that we introduced last week. So we're going to get in the pressing position. We're going to bring our leg up, elbow drop, point to the ceiling. We're going to bring our leg up, elbow drop, point to the ceiling. Then we're going to keep this foot here. We're going to bring the other one alongside. We're going to sit in this position here, thumbs behind, and stand up. So we're going to go again through that one. So here we go. Leg up, elbow drop, point to the ceiling. Leg up, elbow drop, point to the ceiling. Keep the foot there, and the foot alongside. Sit nice and low, thumbs behind in the Y position, and stand up. So that's called a Spider-Man with squat to Y. Our final one of our 3 exercises is going to be what we call an arabesque to lunge. So you're going to stand on one leg, your hands are going to go out to the sides, you're going to kick your back, your other leg behind you in that position there, and you're going to step through into a lunge. You stand back up again, and you go again. You're trying to get nice and parallel to the floor, and you're going to do 5 each side for me on there. So we've got 10 kneeling T-spine rotations, we've got 5 Spider-Man squat to Ys, and we've got 5 arabesque to lunges each side. We're going to do 2 rounds of that mobility, then we'll go into our pre-activation work. So once we've done mobility, we're into pre-activation. Pre-activation is going to start with what we call a glute bridge march. So you're going to lie on your back for me in this position here. You're going to push your hips up as high as possible, hands down by your sides, keeping your hips up. You're going to bring one knee to your chest and then the other knee to your chest. And your hips are going to go back down again and then back up, knee to chest, knee to chest. And that would count as a rep. So I've done 2 reps so far. If I want to make it tougher, I cross my hands over my chest, bring my knee to chest, knee to chest. They're called glute bridge marches, and we're going to do 10 of them. Once we've done them, we're going to get a broomstick or a towel. If you don't have a broomstick at home, that's fine. And you want to take a nice wide grip, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a big circle overhead, trying to keep our arms nice and straight without bending the elbows or one shoulder rotating before the other. Once you've done that a couple of times, you then want to bring your hands inwards and find a range that works for you. And you're going to do 10 of them. These are called dowel dislocates. So we've got 15 glute bridge marches, and we've got 10 dowel dislocates, and then we're into our 3rd exercise of pre-activation, which is called a shoulder shuffle. So we're going to get in the pressing position. From here, we're going to take 1 step. So imagine our hands are at 12 o'clock. We're going to take 1 step to 1 o'clock, back to 12 o'clock, then to 11 o'clock, back to 12 o'clock. That's 1 rep, and we're going to do 5 reps like that. So 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. That would be 2 reps, and you're going to do 5 reps of them. So we've got glute bridge marches, 15 reps. We've got down dislocates, 10 reps, sorry. And then we've got shoulder shuffles, and we're going to do 5 reps of them. And we're going to do 2 rounds of those 3 exercises. Once we've finished our pre-activation, like last week, we're going to move into our core. So our core consists of what we call 4-point stabilization. So that means we're going to get into 4 positions. First position is here, it's plank. What we want to do is, rather than your bum sticking up in the air, squeeze your glutes, pull your pelvis into neutral, and hold there for me. That's position 1, and we're doing what's called a 4-point stabilization, so there are 3 other positions. Position number 2, we're going to get into side plank. Make sure our elbows underneath shoulder, little bend in the knees, toes pointing forwards, hands on hip. You're going to push up and hold in that position there. So that's position 2. Position 3, same thing, side plank on the other side, bend in the knees, toes point forward, elbow underneath shoulder, push up and hold. That's position 3. So position 4, from here, all we're going to do, cross our hands over our chest, push our hips up and hold in the glute bridge hold. And that's position 4. Okay, what we're going to do with this is we're going to hold each position for 60 seconds, and we're going to do 2 rounds. So we start in front plank, then side plank, and glute bridge hold, and we're going to do 60 seconds in each position, and then we go back round again. So front plank, glute bridge hold, 60 seconds on each, 2 rounds in each position. Okay, so that's your core. Right, then we're going to go into our strength work. So our strength work is going to look a little bit different today. What we're going to do is we're going to introduce firstly an isometric hold. Now what you're going to do is you're going to find yourself a piece of wall, a piece of sturdy wall that's not going to fall over, and you want to get yourself into a position as if you're trying to push that wall over. So my back knee is slightly bent. I want to keep my shoulder blades pulled together, chest up, lean into the wall, and then through this back leg, I'm going to try and drive this wall away from me. So I'm going to try and push it over. And I'm going to try and push for 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to relax. I'm going to swap legs. So all the weight is through this back leg. Lock my elbows out, chest up, and I'm going to drive. 3, 2, 1, and relax. That's what we call an isometric hold. So isometric because the muscle is static and it's pushing against the force. What we're going to do with this is we're going to do 4 sets of 3 seconds on each side. So I did 1 on one side, 1 on the other side. That would be 1 set. I'm going to do 3 more sets like that. And that's called a single leg isometric wall drive. And we're going to hold that and each time trying to push that wall with as much force through the back leg as we can without actually physically moving. We're just trying to generate that force. All right, well done. So our next exercise is a superset. So once we've done the isometric holds, we're going to go into a superset. Now last week we looked at a reverse lunge. We're going to bring in a reverse lunge to drive this time. So what happens here, if you have a plate or a med ball, you're going to pick that up. You can start in this position here, take the leg back, and then drive it up and through. And you're going to do 6 each leg. Just like that. Once you've done 6 one side, 6 the other. Holding either your weight or your med ball or dumbbells if you have dumbbells. If you don't have any weight at all, that's fine. Simply do them body weight for me. Focus on driving up fast and controlling down. Second exercise that goes with that, so we're going to do 6 each side of them, is our jump and sticks again, but this time we're going to bring in a turn. What we're going to do is we're going to jump and stick the landing. So I've landed, turning to my left this time, to my right, and I'm going to do 2 turns each way. Try and jump as high as possible and then stick that landing, staying in control. So we're going to do 3 sets on the lunges, 3 sets of 6 each side, and then 3 sets of 4 jumps on the jump and sticks with turn, but we're going to do 2 turns each way. So it's 4 in total, but I've got 2 to my right, 2 to my left. So 3 rounds of those 2 exercises together. Then we're into our final 2 exercises. So our first exercise is a push-up, but this time the push-up what we're going to do is we're going to have one leg in the air, then the other one. So we're going to alternate legs. So we're going to get into the push-up position. We have one leg in the air. We're going to push up, change legs. So it's 10 push-ups, 5 each leg. Now, if you don't have the strength to do a full push-up like that, and you need to do them on your knees, that's okay. I'm going to show you a little hack for this. So what I want you to do is I want you to take one leg off the floor, slowly lower yourself down, then put both your knees down, and then push back up again. Swap legs, slowly down, knees down, push back up again. And you still do the same number. The important thing is to try and control the eccentric phase of that lift, or of that movement, sorry. Okay, from there, once we've done 10 push-ups, we're going to go into this position here. We're going to walk our feet out so that our knees are nearly straight. We're going to dig our heels into the floor. We're going to squeeze our glutes, and we're going to push our hips up off the floor. So if I pull my t-shirt, you can see that my hips are nice and off the floor, squeezing my glutes, and this is a hamstring hold for the back of the legs. I'm going to hold that for 45 seconds. Okay, so we've got push-ups, alternating legs, 10 push-ups, 5 on each leg, and then we've got our hamstring planks, and we're going to do 3 rounds of 45 seconds on them. That's everything in today's session. Have a go at it, challenge yourself. Remember, do the movements nice and slow and controlled other than the jumps, which we need to be explosive. Stay in control of the movement, challenge yourself, and remember, with strength and conditioning, to help athletic performance, what's really important is consistency. So keep training and keep it consistent and keep going with it. And in the long run, it starts to pay dividends. Good luck, enjoy, I'll see you next week.